Great. Okay, good. So here we go. Today we are on our fifth meeting for this summer calls to learn about essential oils. And we have a topic that I truly love. To me, metaPWR is one of the very, very, very best products dōTERRA has. And I'm going to share with you what has been my experience so far. metaPWR stands for, you spell it metaPWR for power, and that stands for personal wellness realized. So when we set a goal, and it has to do with our life, our lives, our health, we can totally get it. And beyond that, it includes our way of thinking, our energy, our mental clarity. Everything has to do with our goals, our life, and metaPWR is there to help us. So what dōTERRA scientists have discovered is a blend of essential oils that used to be called Slim and Sassy for those who are acquainted with dōTERRA. And it used to be a different ratio of the same essential oils. So with some research, 5 years of research, not just a little thing, they discovered that this way, the way it is blended today, is much more efficient to many things we're going to see. And because essential oils are balancing and try to help your body find its own balance, I'll tell you what happened to me when I first tried a metaPWR blend. So there is a whole kit because this is a system. And one of the parts of this system is the blend itself. So because I used to take my water with lemon, the day I got the metaPWR system, I decided to start with the blend. And because it was easy, it was just a drop in my water instead of the lemon that I used to take every day. And that day, I'll tell you what happened. I spent the whole day. I knew that I had to have lunch because it was the time for lunch, but I didn't feel hungry. And it was 11 p.m. when I realized that I hadn't had dinner, because it was at the same time I was teaching a class when my family was having dinner. And that was, the whole day went by and I didn't have any cravings, any needs for reaching anything. It was like the whole day I didn't feel hungry. And I realized that at 11 p.m. when I said, whoa, I didn't eat anything for dinner tonight. I said, okay, I'm going to have something healthy. I didn't need to go and grab anything that wasn't healthy enough. So I would become aware of, it was a relationship between me and my food that I had never had before. And it was thanks to this drop in my water throughout the day. So I realized that I could have my tuna. So I had something, I had a good dinner, light dinner, but very conscious, very thoughtful. I could do that. And I love that experience. And I wanted to share that with you. This is going to be a presentation with, your screen sharing is paused. Oh, is it paused? Let me see. There is a short video here to see if you get better than from my words what metaPWR is about.
Today is the day that everything changes. Look at you. You're so young, vibrant, and full of energy. So much more life ahead of you, and yet already so wise. I wonder, did you know that? What I know now. You made this choice. It would set us on a course for a truly rich and powerful life. You wanted an edge, a little extra flexibility, faster recovery from those spontaneous adventures, feeling good, clear mind, confidence, and abundant energy to embrace everything you set your sights on. Yes, including him. Your commitment to wellness gave me the hope I have today. Motherhood changes your world. Some days things may feel a little upside down. Oof. The juggle is so real. But mostly, you hold it all together with ease and grace. Keeping up with the kids, rushing it at work. Every room you walk into feels more alive. And because of her, you have a new reason to recommit to yourself. Your healthy habits become the legacy you hand down. In all the years to come, you're still full of energy. You still have an edge. Yes, your body changes, but mostly in ways that you love. You still go on spontaneous adventures. You can still keep up with the kids. And you still embrace everything life has to offer. Because of this day and your commitment to everyday sense, to move with intention, to eat well, to laugh often, to stay centered, to teach by example, to reach for every advantage. Every day you made a commitment to me, your future self. So I just want to say thank you for the choice you make today to live your most powerful life.
Alrighty. So it might be choppy, did you say? For maybe it's the internet connection? Okay. Well, I think that the pictures, could you see the pictures? Life goes on. So a decision made today will change your future. Absolutely. It's like metaPWR is it's a system that's you can take in any stage of your life, and it's going to help you improve into those healthy habits that we need to, we'll see. They need to stack one on top of the other. We don't expect things to be perfect, our lifestyle to be perfect, but to be more aware and be able to stack on healthier habits every day and in every decision. See, I did not see any pictures, just your photo. Oh, you didn't see the video? Oh, shoot. Okay, that's good to know. So I'm going to send you the video, and I'm going to skip the videos then, because then it would make sense. So it was a choppy sound, and it was no video image. Oh, boo. Okay. Thank you for letting me know. We're going to improve that. Okay, so let me go back to our presentation. And so we'll go into the presentation, and I'll send you the video later for you to watch. Now you can see this, our wellness pyramid showing, no showing. Let's see. Your screen is sharing. Okay. Let me go back and see if now, very briefly, can you see this video now? Can you?
The lady in the bed?
Yeah.
And opening the curtains? Yes. Now
that everything changes.
Okay.
Look
Let's
at you. You're
show
so
it this way.
young, vibrant, and full
and
of
the
energy.
sound is better too.
So much.
So now I can see and hear.
Yet already so wise. I wonder, did you know then what I know now? You made this choice it would set us on a course for a truly rich and powerful life. You wanted an edge, a little extra flexibility, faster recovering from those spontaneous adventures, feeling good, clear mind, confidence, and abundant energy to embrace everything you set your sights on. Yes, including him. Your commitment to wellness gave me the hope I have today. Motherhood changes your world. Some days things may feel a little upside down. Oof, the juggle is so real. But mostly, you hold it all together with ease and grace, keeping up with the kids, crushing it at work. Every room you walk into feels more alive. And because of her, you have a new reason to recommit to yourself. Your healthy habits become the legacy you hand down. In all the years to come, you're still full of energy. You still have an edge. Yes, your body changes, but mostly in ways that you love. You still go on spontaneous adventures. You can still keep up with the kids. And you still embrace everything life has to offer. Because of this day and your commitment to everyday sense, to move with intention, to eat well, to laugh often, to stay centered, to teach by example, to reach for every advantage. Every day you made a commitment to me, your future self. So I just want to say thank you for the choice you make today to live your most powerful life.
Yeah, you got it. Could you see it well? Nice, nice. I love to see the perspective, right? From today to the future and from the future to our past. And so that's the what the metaPWR system can do. Yes, Patricia, you have your hand up. Tell me.
Oh, two questions. You mentioned that you added metaPWR to your water and you felt good and you were not hungry, no cravings. First question, how many drops did you use throughout the day?
Oh, I think it was for every cup of water that I used. So I usually go by my, I think it's 8 ounces, is it?
That looks more than 8.
Oh, it doesn't say right here. It's
Oh,
no, it's 16, right?
Oh, one drop every time you fill the
1 or
the
2,
cup.
because I usually have
Okay.
1 or 2.
Okay, so
it was throughout the day, so I drink a lot of water.
At least 4 drops, I'm thinking.
Oh yeah.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Throughout the
And
day.
how explain this energy and not need to eat?
That's funny. The thing is that what I realized is that if you need to lose weight, if you don't need that certain calories during the day, your oils are going to show you that. So you won't be hungry. If you need more nutrients, if you need more food, your oils are going to make you hunger. So you'll see that there are these testimonials where people who are not hungry all the day, they do metaPWR and they feel like eating and they make the time to eat and they prefer healthier food,
because I'm thinking, for one, we know that eating is very emotional. Most of us, we crave because you know, we crave, we want things immediate gratification. So
Yeah.
we're talking eating things to make us feel good, and you know, other things that we're lacking, we try to, you know, fill that with food. And also this oil is the oil, or the blend is about acceptance and honoring your body, and it also supports your regulation. You know, you are not eating because you really you feel good enough about yourself and you're happy that you're not stopping to think, oh, I'm hungry, or I'm craving chocolate. So
Mhm.
I think
I love your
I think I get
explanation. Yeah.
I think I get it, how it helps, because you know, oh, we smell, I don't know, donuts, or we see donuts and we want the donuts. We smell, I don't know, a hot dog and we want it. But the oils are powerful enough that they're giving you what you need emotionally, uh, and keep you happy,
And physically, yeah.
and therefore not craving or wanting to eat, you know, oh, you know, I'm sad, so I'm gonna eat. Oh, I'm tired, I'm gonna eat. So,
Yeah,
anyways,
absolutely. They somehow they help you become more aware of yourself. So yeah, there must be something going underneath that is like feel good with yourself on one hand. And when you when you start eating healthier, you crave for healthier things. It's amazing how I don't fall for donuts anymore. I used to, as you say, the smell would make me, or popcorn, or I don't get tempted anymore. Not as easy, you know? And
is
Mhm.
this an oil that you can, being that peppermint is one of the ingredients and peppermint is invigorating, would you
Yeah.
use this blend in the evening, or you will stop taking it earlier in the day?
I take it all day. I'm okay. And I keep changing oils, you know, so I don't get bored. The day that I mentioned was that experience to me that was wow, a wow moment, because an aha moment where I said, what am I eating throughout the day? Why didn't I eat today? And what would I have eaten today that I didn't, you know? It's remember that it's not just the oil themselves, but the ratio of oils that's going to do the trick. And that was the research. That was the research about. The way they did the research was including people close to dōTERRA who volunteered, also wellness advocates with dōTERRA who also volunteered, and those are the preclinical researches. And we're going to see some of their experiences in very short 1-minute videos. And then the results were so good that now everything is already in the next level, which is the wider research, in order to make it official, you know, like this is exactly what's going on. You need a lot of people participating in a clinical study. So far, metaPWR is in the preclinical study, but because of the results are so good, they are able to move forward and bother and go for the next level.
Do you happen to know, it is okay if you don't know, right? The percentages, not the precise percentages, but we know that there are 5 oils.
Oh,
Do
how
you
much of
know?
each? I don't know. We can ask. I don't know. What I know is that usually when when you read a label, the ingredient that appears first is the one that is most present there. So if we are guiding through that, the very first one is grapefruit peel, then
Okay.
lemon peel, then peppermint, then ginger, then cinnamon. Those are
Okay.
the 5 oils in that order. I really don't know if that's if maybe it's exactly the same amount of each, I don't know.
Right, 20% each, right.
Right, I
I
don't
was
know
just
that.
wondering if there is a way to find out, okay, I don't know. I know that ginger is the oil of empowerment. So if you feel empowered, oh, I got this. I don't need to have the chocolate. I don't need to have the chips. I'm good. I got this kind
Yeah.
of attitude, right?
And
With empowerment.
you even get that feeling from smelling the oil. So you can also use the blend in your diffuser. It's
Okay.
really invigorating. It's really powerful. It's minty. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for the reminder. I love that.
Right, but it's also fruity, and you said minty, but
Yeah.
it's minty, fruity, and you smell the spice too.
Yeah.
At least I do.
You smell each of them. You're amazing.
Well, not individually, but
Oh,
maybe because I know what the ingredients are, but I wouldn't say it's minty like super minty, right?
no, exactly. No. It is it's a happy minty. I don't know. I don't know how to describe. Same as wines. When you describe wines, I don't really get how it gets described. You have to try it because there is the citruses also there. I don't feel the cinnamon that much as I feel it in On Guard.
Right.
This one is more citrusy than woody, I would say.
But I
That's
think
to
I
describe
think it's also
cinnamon.
interesting that you have it's minty, and you have the ingredient like peppermint that is cooling, and you have also cinnamon that is a
Yeah.
spicy one. So kind of like, the best of both worlds. If you're
Yeah.
gonna eat something, you like something chewy and something crunchy. Well, here you have both. You have the
There you
spice
go.
and the
I
warmth,
love that.
and the opposite, like, again, the best of both worlds coming together.
Absolutely. Yeah. I love it. I love it. Thank you. When we go through the wellness pyramid, we see that the nutrition and digestion is at the bottom of that. So we will help. It's like a virtual circle here, because with metaPWR, you're going to feel, as Patricia was saying, you're going to feel better with yourself, and you will be willing to eat healthier. That's the way the system works, because healthier food is going to help you feel better too. So all the time you're going to try to pick that choice. You're going to feel that. That's my personal experience as well. And so when you give yourself time for good nutrition and digestion, then it's like the next step comes on its own. You'll feel more energy to move, because we need movement to oxygenate our cells. And that comes along with metabolism. You'll have a better metabolism as well. And then you will be sleeping better and managing your stress better. So that's the way the pyramid goes up. And then we're going to be reducing toxicity. We're going to add something there, which is choices that are healthier to either detox or not add extra toxicity. So that's how the pyramid is built. And then we know what to do when we feel here or there, when we have a pimple, or when we have a tension, or when we need to recover our muscles, or as myself, now I feel like I have my throat is not in the best today since last night. So I know what to resort to. And because I know my body and I know how the oils work for me, I can tell myself that I'm doing my informed self-care. And so when you go to the doctor, you are already in good health. It makes sense to follow this pyramid and see how the bottom is wider, and then it goes shrinking, because you need to devote less and less time to the other levels once you get take care of the lower levels. And so when we go to the doctor will say, okay, keep doing what you're doing because you are doing great, instead of expecting bad news every time we go to the doctor. And yeah, of course, dōTERRA has a lot of help for us there in their lines. And today we are in the metabolic point, in the yellow line. So let's go through our goals. I told you at the beginning that your goals is your life and how metaPWR can help you there. Today, the thing is that, do we control our metabolism, or is it the metabolism controlling us? And that's where we kind of, this awareness that I explained at the beginning, and Patricia also mentioned, is part of the system that comes along with the metaPWR system. Why we need a metabolic health awakening, the relationship between the health span, biological aging, and metabolic health. We want to live a healthier, longer life, but a healthier life, where we have all our functions there. So this will be our topics to discuss tonight. And well, the tools to slow biological aging and put more life into our years. Let's have a look at this. What's preventing us from our most powerful life? Everything you see here has to do with our metabolism. So our energy, our mood, our weight, our clarity, mental clarity, our sleep, our good sleep, our stress, everything is related to our metabolism in a way we had never thought of. So what is this metabolism? Let's have a look at the pillars. There are 5 things that stand in the bottom of our pyramid for metabolism, and that is healthy eating. I have already recommended in our Spanish session, Silvia's recipes. Silvia is SZ dash, the lower dash, health coach in YouTube, and she has lots of recipes and reasoning on how healthy eating helps. She's a health coach, same as I am, and combining good, making good combinations of food is really important and helpful. Daily movement, healthy connections, that's also, we saw this in the first video, right? Smiling, laughing, and making an impact whenever you go somewhere. Be someone who's going to make the place better. Stress management and smart supplementation. When we talk about smart supplementations, please consider this. When you are recommended, oh, you have to take more calcium, you have to take magnesium, you have to take this or that, there are 2 things to consider. The very most important one is the quality of the product you are eating, because that's not regulated. So maybe you are eating sawdust. You never know, because it's all a powder there and you're just taking that. You don't know. You really need to trust the company who's creating those supplements. And the second thing, which is also very important, is absorption. Is this element I'm recommended, calcium, absorb when I just take it, or I need to eat something else, or I need not to eat something else? You need to combine lots of molecules in order to make that efficient into your body. So I know that dōTERRA worries about that and works on that. And so their supplements will be, are thought in order to be, you call that bioavailable. So you call that something that is going to really be incorporated into your system. And dōTERRA came to this system, the metaPWR system, in order to help. Look, more than 93% of the US, because only 7% of us, or less than 7%, really have a cardiometabolic health. Cardio, our heart, that's the very last piece that's going to work when we come to an end. And it's super important to keep our heart healthy. Our heart, it has to be healthy together with all our systems. And we are far from optimal cardiometabolic health. And this was a study that ran for people who were over 20 years old. So this starts really young. And with this system, part of the reason why I love it is because it's really helpful for things that seem to be like, okay, this is the way it is. No, it's not. No, it's not just the way it is. It's the way we make it. metaPWR gives you this awareness, this consciousness, and this help. You know, when you get stuck in mummies, you get fat somewhere you don't want, and you are going into stages of your life when you say, hey, I'm eating the same as I used to eat, but now my body is different, it's changing. With this metabolic help, we are going to help our body find its balance again. Let's see this. Metabolic health is and biological age are inseparable. Now, the distinction comes with chronological age. How old are you and how old you feel? That's the thing. And so you might be 50 and you might look and feel younger or older. You've seen people who you say, how old are they? And they look much older than they really are. And that is part of their metabolism also. And here is a video with Dr. Osgothorpe. He is a pediatrician, and he came to the world of oils being very, very reluctant. Actually, he thought it was nonsense until he learned how they worked and how amazing they are and how efficient they are. And he's a person who can explain really well this difference in chronological and biological aging. Let's see, it's a 5-minute video. Here we go.
Hi, I'm Dr. Russell Osgothorpe, and I'm so thrilled to talk with you about health span. Just to be clear, health span is not the same thing as lifespan. Lifespan is the number of years we live, whereas health span is the number of years we live healthy. Now, I know that many of you have seen this graph several times, but it is so important to our understanding of the metaPWR system that I'm going to go into greater detail than we ever have before. Because if you understand this graph, you'll take metaPWR the rest of your life and be able to share it more effectively with others. If we consider our lifespan, the number of years we are alive, on the horizontal axis here, and our health span, the quality of our cognitive and physical performance on the vertical axis here, we can draw a curve that represents what naturally happens to our health span as we age, shown here in gray. However, the reality is we live in an incredible time where medicine and science can extend our lives. This dark blue line represents what happens when we use the best of medicine to try and manage issues related to a poor lifestyle. As these interventions improve our numbers, like blood sugar, blood pressure, and lipids, we can gain a modest amount of health span and lifespan. But what is staggering to me is how little benefit is derived from decades of this type of management. Look how close that blue line is to the gray line. It's incredibly minimal. As we near the end of our life on the blue line, you can see how through heroic use of life-extending medical technology, we can extend an individual's lifespan by a few years. But look at the quality of life that person is experiencing. Our lives might be extended by these heroic medical efforts, but one could argue that they are not enriched. Finally, let's look at the orange line. This is more typical for master athletes and people stacking healthy lifestyle habits consistently throughout their lives. What is most impressive about this group of people is that health span and lifespan can both be significantly improved. People who optimize their metabolism through daily exercise, diet, relationships, stress management, and of course, smart supplementation can not only potentially live longer, but add life to those years. Here's my dream, my why for my health span. Well into my 90s, I want to be able to spend a day, many days, out fly fishing with my posterity. I'd be able on any of those days to back my truck down the ramp, unload my drift boat, launch that boat, and then row that boat myself all day long. Watch my kids and posterity catch boatloads of fish. And then at the end of my life, I'd go home from a day of fishing, enjoy dinner with my family, and peacefully pass away in my sleep. that would be a health span that matches or equals my lifespan. Let me show you how that works. Let's assume that here on the vertical axis, we have 100% quality of cognitive and physical health during young adulthood. Now let's draw a line across this chart at 50% function. This is the stage of physical and cognitive health span where we are still capable of caring for ourselves, still living independently. We might not be running a 10-minute mile anymore, but we are probably able to walk a brisk 15-minute mile without difficulty with our kids or grandkids. Said differently, above this line, you can still do the things you want to do, although you might notice slight declines in your performance as you age closer to that 50% line. Below this line, living independently becomes more difficult due to cognitive decline or having enough physical strength and stamina to perform our daily activities. Now, if we continue that line at 50% function across the chart, look at where it intersects the blue line versus the orange line. This is what you need to understand. Look at what you can gain when you optimize your metabolism. Look at those years, but more importantly, look at the life that is added to those years. Currently, in North America, toward the end of our lifespan, we spend about 8 years, sometimes as many as 15 years, dealing with challenges that take away our quality of life and lower our health span. We can't always have a health span that lines up perfectly with lifespan, but we can certainly do better. Our lifestyle choices can extend our health span, full stop. When we combine a mindful and consistent approach to our diet, movement, stress management, relationships, and smart supplementation, we can maximize all the efforts we make in improving our lifestyle and then reap the benefits for all of our years to come. There are no magic paths to achieve this goal of prolonged health span. It will require serious effort by teams of caring and coordinated people. That is what we excel at. Have you helped people change their lives with dōTERRA essential oils? metaPWR will now allow you to impact not only individual lives, but generations. Here's the even better news. It does not matter where you are on the curve or how old you are when you start. Any lasting efforts made by an individual to make improvements in their lifestyle will reap tremendous benefits for years to come.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I love him. I love his statements. And that encourages all of us to eat healthier. And what he says at the very end, it feels like it's reversible. Everything in our body is always looking for the best and the best balance for ourselves, for itself. And with our help, we can totally get that. And there is a way to recover certain things that we might have lost. And this is how metaPWR can help. Do you have any question about this comparison between the lifespan and the health span? Goes good, right? I love Dr. Oscar Thorpe explaining that. So here's how it goes. When we are 25, we start losing this molecule, we start aging. And there is this molecule, NAD+, that we start losing, and it's there to protect our DNA integrity, and we start losing it. And that's how the aging process starts. And our metabolic function then declines. So if we consider that fact that has to do with our 25 years old and plus, with some obstacles that will also go help our metabolic system decline, then our metabolism decline, then we are in trouble. So this is something we cannot go back to 25 years old, but we can take control over these other factors. So let's imagine for a minute what it would be for us to live the most powerful life. To me personally, it has to do with my cognitive functions, because I have part of my family who, my grandma actually, wouldn't recognize me for her last 5 years, and that was very sad. And when I started using essential oils, I would forget. I wasn't 40 years old yet, and I would forget what I was going to say. So people say, oh, you are stressed, blah, 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 whatever. But the truth is that it was quite desperating to me, because I wouldn't know. I was there, and the next word I was going to say, I wouldn't remember. And when I read that frankincense was one of the oils that could go through your blood barrier, your brain barrier, I started taking the frankincense itself under my tongue, just like this. And in a month, I wouldn't forget anymore. And it was so good to feel that the oils were working. So years later, there's metaPWR improving the whole system to help my brain. That's my goal. That's my personal goal with metaPWR. It's going to work in ways that I don't know, because everything goes internally, but that is my goal. And I encourage you to share your goal later with me, maybe through Instagram or a message or whatever, the way you want. So let's see how maturing fat cells happen. Our fat cells have a certain capacity. They will start filling their pockets with fat that is not healthy, fat that needs to be stored for future use, and also with toxins. So when we eat something that our body, or we incorporate something that our body doesn't know exactly how to deal with, and it's not being discarded sometimes because we are overloaded with those toxicities, those toxins, it's going to be trapped healthily into a fat cell. So when we are taking the metaPWR, we are kind of detoxing ourselves in a way, and it has to be done in a wise way. So if you have a lot of adipose, the fat cells to work on, we're going to go slowly with metaPWR. What the blend does is help those fat cells not get to the most capacity. So we are going to start losing fat and toxicity we can use the metaPWR, the blend, with a cream on top of our fat parts, but internally is super important, because most of the fat, the dangerous fat that we accumulate, is inside. It's around our organs more than the ones we can see from outside. So those are the things to take care of, very importantly. The metaPWR system has different options for you to have the oils in your body throughout the day, and that's how you're going to be burning fat. There is a blend that you can add in your water, as you know, one drop in a cup with water. You also have the gum. So if you cannot be drinking water all the time, you can take a piece of gum, if you like that. And I love them. I take them on the plane because, usually on the plane, you get your ears plugged and so on. So I take the gum always in my flights. But during the day, you can also have that, especially if you are in a situation where you cannot be drinking water, but you cannot go for lunch or something. You can entertain yourself with the oils, with the gum, and that's great. And there are two more options you can see here. There are the beetlets with 1/4 of a drop in each beetlet, and the soft gels with 2 drops in each soft gel. So that will depend on your level of craving. And that's where you need to get to know yourself and say, okay, the little beetlet will do, and I'm going to skip the Coke from the fridge, or something you shouldn't be eating or taking. Or I need 2 drops. I need the soft gels right now. So you need the soft gels that's more oil for that situation. And you are going to be inhibiting the fat cells maturation So you're going to be burning a little bit of that fat, and you're going to be managing your cravings, which is also you're not adding to your more work to your fat cells. This way you are supporting your metabolic health. Absolutely. Here is a short video I'd like to share with you.
I knew I wanted to come in and see if I could come off of sugar. And I wanted to stretch my fasting window a little bit because that's something I've been incorporating as part of my release of the old. And so I was really happy with that, but all the other things that came with it were unexpected, delightful surprises. The first product I tried within the system was the actual oil blend, just adding it to my water. And I loved the flavor profile of it. It's light, has that perfect amount of mint and citrus, and it actually is now my preferred oil to add to water. I've been living a foundation of wellness for years. I think because I have a good baseline in place, I'm actually able to really detect the impact that a change is having in my body. And I was able to see that I was, without effort, doing a lot more throughout the day. So when I see that, I see my metabolic health working at a new level in my body, really. I think one of my favorite results through integrating these products was being able to kick sugar, because I can see how that had a grip on me. So I'm so happy to be free of that. And I actually, let's see, as of today, I haven't had sugar in over 2 months. So I'm thrilled, and I've completely lost my taste for it. So we're done. We've broken up.
That's nice. And I also had that experience. For Lent, I gave up sugar, and I got a little help from metaPWR, and I could totally do it. So it was my family helping me not to eat any sugar. So if they were willing to have ice cream or whatever, it's like you get used to not eating sugar. And so this is what happened to Angie too. And it happened to me too. Absolutely. The next thing has to do with the blood sugar spikes. This is what happens in your body whenever you eat sugar. And sugar includes spaghetti, includes, pasta, pizza, and bread. Not just the sugar itself, but the pure, the single sugar goes into your blood so fast because your brain needs it, actually. But then when there is too much, there is insulin that needs to go and take the sugar out of your blood circulation. It needs to go somewhere. It needs to be in a right receptor. So that's when you have these peaks of insulin going to help you with the excess sugar in your blood. And that is at a cost. That is like a brake, when you have to hit the brake so fast because you're going too fast, and that causes this deterioration on the brakes. Is the same in your body. So with this discovery by dōTERRA, the blend that is called Assist, metaPWR Assist, is just a little like this, a little capsule with herbs and oils that are going to kind of deceive the sugar in your body. So when you take this 30 minutes to 15 minutes before your most carbohydrated meal, you are going to be getting rid of some of those sugars before they go into your bloodstream. That's the way it works. So you are going to be getting less sugar in your system, and so less insulin help in your system, and you're going to keep your sugar levels in a healthy way. So the healthy levels are also going to give you more energy throughout the day. You're not going to feel like, oh, you feel great because you have that much sugar, and then low again, because that's the way sugar works. You're going to have the system in a way that you're going to keep your energy throughout the day. And you're going to you will be getting rid of some of that sugar that otherwise would go into your fat cells, as we said. So the whole thing, as you can see, is helping you get more energy and get a better metabolism. metaPWR Assist decreases post-meal glucose spikes, reduces absorption of simple carbohydrates. Those are the sugars I told you about. Supports healthy blood sugar responses. That's part of the insulin levels, and stabilizes energy levels throughout the day. This is what metaPWR Assist can do. And I had this conversation with one of the dōTERRA scientists, Nicole Stevens. I said, Nicole, I truly, because you can meet those scientists whenever you go to a dōTERRA event. And I love that. They are so easy to reach, and they are there to talk with you. I love them. And I said, you know what? I keep forgetting to take my metaPWR Assist before my meals. And how can I remember to take it? And she says, every time you eat, you age. That's the way it goes. That you need energy, you need food, and you need to process that food. And that's how, and then there is this time that's nonstop. That's the way the life goes on. So when you take your metaPWR Assist, you are aging, but you're aging less than if you're not taking that. And I said, okay, that's a nice trick. I like it. So if you want to learn more about metaPWR, there is this QR code with a whole course in English for you to learn much, much more than I'm telling you on how it goes, how it works, and so on. There is this other testimonial I'd like to share because it might be helpful.
So whenever I was first asked to try out metaPWR, I honestly was kind of wondering how much would it actually do for me, right? So I was already eating healthy. I already regularly exercise. I'm young, and I'm on all of our oils, all of our supplements. I drink plenty of water. You know, I kind of felt like I checked all of the boxes. And as I started using them by like day 2, I was like, oh, I can tell a difference with this. I have really worked with my blood sugar my entire life. I rarely had an appetite. I was just really never very hungry, and I didn't really feel like eating. And this really affected my energy and mood. I would just really feel like I hit this wall of fatigue. So since I started using the metaPWR products, the most life-changing aspect for me has been the stability of my blood sugar. This was, for me, a newfound freedom. I really noticed improved blood sugar stability on day 2 because I was hungry and I felt like eating, which was really rare for me, honestly. Having improved my appetite, I'm now able to eat more, which has given me even more energy and more stamina. Just the other day, I ran 6.5 miles, which is over double kind of the usual distance that I would do. And I didn't feel fatigued or hit that wall that I normally would have. It honestly felt like I was gliding. I felt stronger, and even at the end, I still felt energetic. I call this rocket fuel because of all the sustained energy and stamina it's given me.
So he was a case where he wouldn't get enough nutrients, and metaPWR helped him eat more of the healthy stuff. And now he feels much, much better. Especially with, he noticed that with exercise, right? So there is a third little thing about the dōTERRA. Oh, wait, here we go. There is the cellular integrity, another thing that can be an obstacle. We need to have our cells as full as possible and healthy. So as I told you, the NAD plus is one of the molecule that goes away with age. We can still fulfill the need of our cells with the advantage, metaPWR advantage. This is going to be the collagen that I love, love, love so much. I tell you how I realized that this was doing good on me when it came into the world. And I got my first pack of 30 metaPWR sachets. I had pain on my hip for 3 months already. So I do kickboxing and I love it. And it was one of these moves that so suddenly I hurt myself. And I had been doing polyphenols, I had been resting, I had been working out, and I still would have that pain there. It was bothering. I really don't know. It was so deep inside. I don't know if it was the femur, if it was the hip, if it was what it was. It was a ligament. I couldn't tell. But when I started doing the metaPWR advantage, so the collagen, I was 2 weeks into that, and I would do my whole thing, even the kicking part in my kickboxing class. And that my teacher my coach is can give a testimony of that. And for months I had not done the kicking part, and then I started doing this little by little, and I got it, and that was it. And at the same time, somebody reminded me of something wrong with one of my fingers. There was something in the joint, and it also went away. So I think that was the first evidence that I could get from the dōTERRA collagen. And if we go into that, there is another video we can see maybe later. Our collagen is, collagen itself has to be bioavailable. So as I told you at the beginning, we need to absorb what we take. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. When it is prepared in the way dōTERRA has prepared the collagen, it is marine. That is much more absorbable for our bodies than the one from bones, maybe from a cow or a chicken. Marine is much more absorbable, and because of all the ingredients we're going to see later, it is 12 times more absorbable than any other collagen in the market. It's not just 2 types of collagen. The one we typically know have to do with the skin and the firmness and the elasticity. There are 9 types of collagen, and we're going to see what they do. And we activate this ourselves. When we put this into a glass with water and we stir, just a little water to keep the flavor better, you just drink that, you're activating that collagen right there. When you get collagen that is already diluted, ready to take, you need preservatives in there because there is water there that needs to be preserved. So you don't want to lose any of the functions of this collagen, and you're activating that on the spot. That is key. Look at the types of collagen and what they do. Some of them are related to skin beauty, but bone protection, the main component of cartilage is the type 2 collagen, and we are adding that to our bones. Malleable dermis and epidermis, so our flexibility in our skin. Stabilizing the structure of types 1 or 2 collagen. Look at this. It's not just take collagen 1 and 2, it's also stabilize the structure. And that is another collagen that you need for that. Muscle function, cell membranes, and inhibiting the cell apoptosis. That is the healthy way cells need to be working. So when our cell reaches maturity and they are done, they cannot reproduce anymore, our cells are supposed to just disappear. But when they are getting damages and they start reproducing with the damage, that is the problem that goes into all our tissues having unhealthy cells. And so we are helping our cells realize when they are ready to kill themselves and not reproduce anymore. And we also take care of oxidative stress, which is, like when you open an avocado and it starts, or an apple, and it starts getting this color, it's losing part of, let's say, the energy. So that is the oxidative stress, and that also happens to our cells. And we need a collagen to protect that. Cartilage, growth plates, joints, and look at this one, intervertebral discs. They need this collagen type 9, and we have this in this little packet. So one of these packets every day is going to make a difference. Supports normal brain aging. This is another type of collagen that will avoid some plaques that prevent your cognitive function to be working the best. So everything related to dementia, Alzheimer's, and those, the cognitive regression that we have as we age, this is kind of preventable in a way with this collagen. So I love this collagen. This is my very favorite product. And the way you make it more absorbable is because of, let's say, somewhere here, the liposomal vitamin C is absorbs faster than any other, and you need that vitamin C in order to absorb collagen. There are other items here. The NMN, that is the molecule that starts disappearing when we are 25 years old, and it helps our cell produce its own NADH. So, okay, this is a very so much detailing here that I don't even know. I cannot even explain this perfectly. The thing is that we lose the NAD+, we add that with our collagen itself, and we also add the precursor that's going to help our cells produce new NAD+, as when the cell was 25 years old or younger. Isn't that great? And then there are these names we already know, the hyaluronic acid, the resveratrol, phytoceramides, rose apple fruit extract, biotin, these things that help with our metabolism, our skin, how we use fat and carbs and amino acids or proteins in our body. Everything is included. dōTERRA thinks about these details because they are very important to see the results. And if we want to put some of these elements all together, we would be spending over $300. It doesn't make sense. The dōTERRA collagen is at $84, 84.5, and you get a percentage back in points to use with any oils that you want. So it's cheaper than this, actually. Finally, we go very briefly into the inferior supplements. I think I already mentioned this at the beginning. We need to be careful with what supplements we choose to take because they need to be absorbable, and the quality of them. So with the dōTERRA system, we have all that smart supplementation, plus I would add totally the LLV, the vitamins, the micronutrients, the omegas. That's part of our, that has to be part of our diet. And when we don't have that for certain, we can add it through LLV. I'd like to share one more video. Is it? I think is this one. One more minute.
One of the first things I noticed was an increase in my mental clarity. As a single mom with 2 kids running a medical practice, brain fog is a real thing, and it's really difficult sometimes for me to switch gears in between patients and wearing my mom hat. And that's one of the big things that I have noticed during the time I've been on metaPWR, that energy, that clarity and focus is sustained. 2 or 3 weeks in, people started making comments about my skin, like, your skin is glowing. I walked into this event and the teacher was like, "You're glowing today, Dr. Anderson." And I was like, metaPWR. But those are things that I just didn't expect to happen. I feel like I've been fighting to get under the 200-pound marker for the last 3 years. I've played college basketball. I competed in pageants and fitness competitions. So I've seen my body in tip-top shape. I was kind of getting to the point where I thought, this is the new mom body. You're just going to have to live with it. You're not going to see those days again. You will never have an ab muscle again. In the first 30 days, I was able to release 14 pounds and got under the 200 mark, which I have not seen in 5 years. Feeling the energy, feeling the mental clarity, seeing the shift in the body, game changer.
That is totally great. So summing up, there is the metaPWR blend for you to have in your body all day as much as possible. There is the assist to take 30 minutes before your biggest meal to trick the sugar spike into your body, and the collagen, the advantage. Make the most of it and try to make your cells look younger physically and really, right? So a day with metaPWR would look like some drops. So what I do, I'll tell you what I do with every day. I take my big cup with water when I wake up, because you know that you lose water throughout the night. So I take a lot of water with lemon in the morning, first thing. And then 10 minutes later, I take my metaPWR, the collagen. And again, you just stir it and you drink. When you're done, you'll see that there are some little specks of green things there on the cup. That is the chlorophyll protecting the NMN. That is the molecule we want. So I just go around the cup and just lick it, so I get the most of that. And then I wait for 10 minutes, because that's how long you take to absorb that, the collagen. And I take a fruit, one fruit, I like that. One fruit to get one type of fruit. So 1 or 10 oranges, 1 or 10 apples, whatever, but one type. So I get all the nutrients easily into my body from that fruit. And then I do my breakfast, whatever I want to have for breakfast, with the LLV. That's when I take my vitamins. Then for lunch, I also take my vitamins, and throughout the day, I told you, I like the gum mostly, and then the water with the flavor of metaPWR. And that's how the day goes. In the evenings, yeah, you don't need to, I don't get any more. Oh, I forgot the 30-minute. You see, I keep forgetting the assist 30 minutes before the biggest meal. Mine tends to be at night with family. So that's when I take this one. I try to remember to have it during meal preparation. But anyways, and if you are taking your enzymes, TerraZymes, help make your sugar go faster into your system, your sugar and everything into your system. So wait for, you take your assist 30 minutes before that, you trick your body. And then if you feel that you need the TerraZyme because you were eating pizza, let's say, or you are eating something that has lots of carbohydrates and they are still there in your system, or lots of proteins, that's when you would take the TerraZyme, the enzymes, to help digest whatever is still lingering in your stomach. That's it. Remember that dōTERRA has all the green, the proteins, the fibers, everything you need is there, and it's of such good quality. There is, you can go into dōTERRA with this metaPWR system with a special enrollment gift and oil. So let me know if you want to get started right now with this. There is this promo going on. The best way will be through my maybe my Instagram at citrusandwoodoils. I should have corrected this. Citrusandwoodoils, please. And when you see that you need, so maybe your first month you get the metaPWR system, but then month after month you will be creating your own way. So once you know what you need, what's working for you from metaPWR, then you can pick whatever you need the next month, and whenever you need a refill. And there are lots of ways to save there. One of the ways is with these points that go back into your account, because in order to be healthful, what I've noticed, and that was the way I started with oils, I use oils for everything. So when you have your a belly, something's bothering your belly, in your joints, in your head, whatever, you resort to oils. And that's a way of avoiding toxicity, plus all the advantages the oils have. And that is what you get when you decide to start the healthiest lifestyle. And so what's your goal? Let me know in my Instagram, which is citrusandwoodoils. Thank you so much. I'm Leah Bilbao. Have a great night. I'll stop sharing. And Patricia, if you have questions, I'm going to stop the recording. But have a great night, everyone, and thank you for listening.